Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to my show, Reflect and Refresh with zebunisa. My name is Zebunisa. I am a mental health campaigner. I work in the NHS, and I'm a mother of a 3-year-old. I have with me today a special guest called Aisha. She's a real inspiration. She has overcome breast cancer, and she's here today to tell us her story. She is a working mum, so she has a few jobs under her belt. And she's a mum of a 10-year-old, I believe you said.
Yeah.
So assalamu alaikum, welcome to the show, Aisha.
Walaikum assalam, how are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much for asking. I feel like that's the first person to ask me how you are. How are you? But how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming to the show today, and I'm really grateful that you've decided to come to the show, and you're my last person that I'll be having on my show. So I'm really glad that you're here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Alhamdulillah.
And it's always a pleasure coming here. I've been here before and now it's my second time. And this time is more inspirational and I got more things to talk about, especially when I come out of my cancer. And I really I really want to spread awareness about breast cancer. Symptoms, precautions, and obviously the most important thing, when you come out, that's another person, that's another life you gonna live off once you survived cancer. So I think it's all the women out there, they should know it's a very vast topic and there's no shame to know about these things, because in our society still breast cancer is still a hush hush. Women don't talk about it. They don't discuss their symptoms and they end up in a very serious conditions which is hardly curable, but it's important to know in the beginning. So breast cancer is one of the cancer which can be curable, and so if you know your symptoms you can get it cured as soon as possible.
So what are the signs and symptoms to look out for? Or what did you realize that was a symptom?
To be honest, this was very shocking news for me because I was very healthy, very active person, and symptoms could be anything. But for me, it was like my hair was falling, my skin was like muddy, and there's unexplainable body pain all the time while I'm driving, while I just woke up. And I think you'll need to listen to your body, what your body is saying to you. All the women, sometimes we ignore things which in long run they can be something really serious. So I went to doctor and I told them, look, I got massive hair fall and my skin looks like a mud. So and plus I had lump in my breast, which is not really noticeable, but I can feel it sometime. And when I go for the examination and for my biopsy, for my scans, and they come up, oh, you have cancer. And I was sitting there and I was telling she was a lady doctor, and I told her, you must mixed up with some reports, with someone else's reports. I can't have cancer because I'm very active, I'm very energetic. This was a shocking news for me and for my family, even for my friends. It was like, no, you can't have it. But this is how it is.
And I know, like, when I was looking at myths, because we discussed myths, there's a lot of myths out there. Like, people think if you have a family history of breast cancer, then you can get it. But obviously, that's not true. People think, like you said, it is curable. So people think that breast cancer is a death sentence, but if it's detected early, it is curable. And not all lumps are cancerous. So these were some myths that I saw. I know you wanted to mention a few as well yourself about some myths about breast cancer.
Yeah, of course. Some lumps are benign. They are there, but they are not cancerous. Some time it's just some body fluids just gather together in your body, And breast cancer is one of the curable cancer in all the cancers. um, Cancer nowadays, our lifestyle, our food habits, you can get cancer. You couldn't say, oh, I don't have this in family, so I'm not gonna get it. You can have it anytime, at any age, at any cost, any. You can't just say, I can't get it. It's very common nowadays, and it's not because it's not in your family, so you're not gonna get it. You will get it if your eating habits are not well, if your lifestyle is not good, so you can get it. That's not a myth. It's in your if it's in your blood, it might not come. It's not. It's just a myth, I think.
I believe that if it's in your kismet, then you're gonna, like, if it's in
Yeah.
your destiny, then you will
And
get
there's
an illness or a cancer. But it's about your mentality, fighting through it,
yeah.
and then you can get through it.
A most common reason, I was listening to one of the doctors, and it was maybe a stress. When you are taking too much stress, there's a element in our body, fight and flight mode. So when you stress too much, your body stop fighting for the other things, and it's just concentrating on the stress you're having. So I think stay away from the stress if you want to live longer, if you want to live healthier.
So when you found out that there was something wrong with you, how long did you take to go to the doctors? And then how long did it take to get diagnosed? And how long did it take to get treated? Like, I just want to know the whole sort of process.
To be honest, everybody just blame NHS for the late appointments, the treatments. But I think I'm lucky, or whatever you can say. When I went to the doctors, it was in end of May, and they diagnosed in within 5 days. And then they booked me in for my major surgery, which was on 19th of June. So it was about 20 days period. I was diagnosed, I was booked in for the operation, and on 19th of June, I had my first surgery. So it was very quick procedure throughout the treatment. Even my chemotherapy, which I was not expecting with starting within 3 months, they started within 2 months, which is very quick. Even doctors were like, we don't know how this process is becoming too much in quick manner. So it was like sometimes I'm unable to understand the whole thing.
Did you get any support through that process mentally, and emotionally, because I can imagine it was difficult. You go in thinking you're healthy. All of a sudden, you get told you're gonna have cancer. You have cancer, and you're gonna have to have treatment. And it's a quick process of being told, diagnosis, treatment, and it's such a quick thing. How did you feel with that quick process of everything? Emotionally and mentally, it must have really drained you.
First thing, I was very stressed because I'm single parent. I had a 10 year. At that time, he was 8 years old, and it was very stressful. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna live or not, because my dad died of cancer. So there was another kind of stress in my head. Don't know I'm gonna survive or not. How I'm gonna go through chemotherapy. I was well scared of chemo, and but mentally I was taking counseling all the time, because it was, as I mentioned, it was very shocking news for me. I wasn't expecting this at all, and I was about to start my job, and same date was my starting the job, and same date was my operation. So there was so mixed emotions. Don't know why this happening to me, why me, and this is all. It was a mental war. It was very stressful. Sometime I want to give up, but I can't give up because of my son, and I have to survive. I have to fight the whole thing.
Was there long periods of time where you were in hospital and then your son was perhaps not with you, with someone else?
Yes. It was like it was not. They didn't keep me in the hospital like for a long time, but in and out is more often like after 2 days, 3 days, for chemotherapy, for other tests, for MIR, for scans. So I think I missed some time with him because I was not there for him, especially when I was going through chemotherapy. I was like, I couldn't even drop him off. I couldn't check on his school things.
Do you have like a good support system?
Yes, I have. I have my family here. They always support me. My mother, my sister.
So when you were in hospital, obviously they were picking up the
Yeah,
slack.
they always look after
Alhamdulillah.
him.
And how was your son during the process of you having cancer, finding out and going through it?
He's too young to know what cancer is. So, but when I lost all my hairs, after the first section of my chemotherapy, which is everybody knows, he was very, he couldn't understand what's happening because I used to wear a scarf on, I used to cover my head. So it was, why you lost your hair? Why you keep going hospitals? Why you just laying down on the bed? Why you not driving? Because I couldn't drive at these the whole time. So he become so agitated, angry, and frustrated. Why mom is not there? Why she's not cooking up? And he's still going through mental health. He's taking sessions. Me and him still recovering from the whole thing.
It does take time to recover, and I'm so glad that you're both having some sort of mental health support.
Yes.
Because sometimes going through something, you need to talk about it as well, and a professional can help, of course.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think was like the hardest part of your recovery?
I would really want to talk about this. The treatment is not hard. Going through radiotherapy, going through scans, going through chemotherapy, going through major surgeries. The coming out of this is the hardest period. Your new life, your new look. It's not just people see you with different perspective, you see the world with different perspective as well. First, you was not bothered about your life, your food, your ambitions, your goals, but then you have seen the death with very open eyes. Now the life is something else for you. It's not the same thing. First you was just living your life, and then you needs to enjoy your life after that, because it's your bonus life. It's not the normal life. So you're gonna go enjoy yourself, or either you just feel sorry for yourself. It's up to you. But in my case, I'm just living my life to the fullest because I don't know what next. What's the other shocking news coming up? So I find it hard when I come out of the treatment, the way people look at me, how they feel about me, what questions they were asking, my appearance. Obviously, I lost my ears. My skin was not like before, and obviously I was very weak. So these all things would really, really make me conscious at some point, and I stopped coming out of the house. But then I just gathered my whole courage and I said, no, I need to face the world. I have to go back to the world. I can't just stay home. I can't feel sorry for myself. So I think coming back to the world is more hardest part.
Yeah, mashallah, that sounds really inspiring to hear that. I know you said you lost your ears, and you said you lost, when you were speaking previously, you said you lost some movement in your arm or something?
Yeah, because my cancer was spread in the lymph nodes. So there's basically, I just want to mention this thing, and I want everybody to listen it. There's two types of breast cancer. One, they spread in the lymph nodes, which is like they goes in your underarms, which is a door of the body. It's more harmful because it could go in your heart, in your kidneys, in your stomach, in your skin, anywhere in the body. And the other thing, they just spread in the margins, where doctors medically, they cut your breast, and the lymph nodes, they just operate it and just take it out, the whole lymph node take drainage, and it's just gone. So because of my lymph node surgery, my right arm movement is really low. I still find it hard to do daily chores. Is I can't lift it up anything. I can't do any house things. So I need help, and plus you feel sometimes frustrated why I can't do this when you are very healthy, active, and very energetic person. So yeah, it's still a struggle to recover properly.
But mashallah, you look like you're doing amazing, and you sound like you're doing amazing as well. I feel like you've done a lot of research into this. Potentially, did you do some research when you were recovering as well?
Yeah, I did a lot of search about breast cancer, why people get it, what are the symptoms, how we can recover more quicker. It's like, so I when I sit down and I need to tell somebody, I can tell them, because some I heard few of the cases where ladies just ignore the signs. They just don't care about what's happening in their body, and they end up in stage 4, stage 3, which could be life threatening, or sometimes it takes longer to recover, because going through chemotherapy, radiotherapy, different kind of surgeries, it's not an easy thing to go through. You are completely mentally, physically drained. You at one point, even I myself, just it was in my 4th cycle of chemotherapy, I give up. I couldn't speak, I couldn't walk, I can't even go toilet myself. My mom needs to help me to go toilet, to take shower. So at that point, if you want to ignore all this, and if you want to just stay healthy, you need to listen. You need to look into what your body is telling you.
I think that's a really important thing. A message from today is listen to your body. Because when you're ill, what you do, you listen to your body, you take a rest. But if your body is having pains that are unexpected, then listen to it. And if it's regular, seek help, go to a doctor, even if you think it'll be nothing. I remember my auntie, who's passed away now, she went to the doctors, and they said, you got stage 4 cancer, you've got like a few weeks to live, and then she passed away. So this is what I mean. If you don't ask for help, it'll just carry on, your illness.
Yeah,
and then you'll be later in the journey of help. You might get to stage 4, stage 5, and you won't be able to have help anymore, because it'll be the end.
Yeah.
But if with breast cancer in particular, if you deal with it quicker, it's more curable.
Yeah, it's more curable if you deal with in the beginning. So mine was like very in the beginning, and
alhamdulillah, you spoke up. And I think a lot of the BAME community in particular, British Asian minority ethnic community, need to speak up when if it comes to their mental health, or even if they're feeling pains and aches. Speak up, because it could be the difference in you surviving or not.
Yeah, obviously your life is more important than your the society.
And obviously, when you have these things like mental health or cancer, especially when you're a single mum, it is stressful, because then you're thinking, oh my God, what about my kid?
Of course.
I went through a similar thing with my mental health, and I was unwell for a while. And my biggest concern was, because I'm a single parent as well, and I was like, what about my kid? Like, he needs to have a mother.
Of course.
And I relate to you there, because I can imagine you were stressed to the max, thinking, what about my kid? I need to help him, I need to raise him.
Yeah.
And it can be very stressful.
I still remember when I was going through chemotherapy. That was the hardest part anyway. And anyone goes through chemotherapy, they could relate. We are not even in a living situation. We are not in a dead situation. It's like in the middle of something. So when I look at my son, and I thought, I don't know, I'm gonna see him in his young age. I don't know how he's gonna be in his teenage. Am I able to be survived to see him? And that was the questions comes to my head, and I always think, I don't know what's next. And that was really, really stressful. Like being a single parent when you are the solo responsibility. And then at one point I thought, no, I have to fight. I have to fight for my son, no matter what. And that's the only reason I think I could survive.
Finding a purpose when you're going through something
Yeah.
is always good because it helps you get through it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you have no hope, then it's harder to recover sometimes as well.
Exactly.
So for me as well, finding a purpose, my son was also good for my mental health as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure the same for you as well.
Of course.
What do you think was your strength? Like, what gave you strength to get through the tough times?
First thing, my son, of course. And second thing, I think I am very resilient person. I have survived so many situations. So at one point, yes, I gave up. I thought, no, this is the end now. I'm gonna die like my dad. And then one day I was sitting and I thought, no, I need to come out of this. I'm not gonna die like this. So that was the point. I always heard people say you need courage to come out of the treatment is not more important than the courage to come out of this thing. And that was really thing that make me think, no, I can't be in this situation for so long.
You got diagnosed, then you went to the doctor, you got your treatment, and then you went through the mental, the post-operation phase where you went through maybe you had like mental health problems, or maybe you went through depression or anxiety.
I'm still going through counseling.
Yeah.
I'm still on medications.
Would you say you're recovered, or would you say in the process?
I'm in the process. I'm still in the process, and I think it's going to take time to come out. It's going to take time to recover properly, mentally, physically, emotionally, to forget about it. About 14 days ago, I met my doctor oncologist, and I told her, look, sometimes I feel so much pain in my body, sometimes I feel so drained. And she goes to me, and that was really funny. Remember, you had cancer. You didn't have just flu, you had cancer. So these kind of pains, these kind of aches will come to you, and you can't just forget about it. It's going to be long. It's not like you had fever or cough and you recover within weeks. No, it's going to take time.
That's true. And with this cancer, there's always a mental element to it, where you're going through lots of emotions, trying to process that you had cancer in the first place, that you're recovering from it. I know there's a mental element to it. So I pray that you get through it, inshallah.
Thank you.
Was there, so when you were unwell and you were going through the cancer treatment, did you feel like your family supported you more, your friends supported you more, or your work, or was it all three?
To be honest, all my friends, my family, I would like to thank everybody who support me, who was there for me. My family, especially my sister, my mom, my auntie, they support me really well. And when my friends support me, they do pick and drops for my kids. They were there for me if I need to talk to them. I don't have too many friends, but whoever they were there, they was like very, very much supportive.
Was there like any unexpected support that you got?
Yes, I do. I don't want to mention about it, but yes,
Alhamdulillah. I feel like sometimes when you're a single parent and then when you're unwell or you need some help, then alhamdulillah, the help does get sent to you.
Yeah, some of the support from some people really helped me go through the whole situation.
When you had cancer, obviously you said you had counselling. Was there
Yes.
anything else you did to improve your mental state?
Okay, yeah, there was something spiritual. Because being Muslim, we always need help from our religion. So I at one point doctors say we don't know whether it's spreaded in the body or not. So they have to do PET scan, which is not like a regular MRI. Thus, they put the dye in your body and then they check the whole system where the cancer is. So I was well scared at that day because I don't know whether it's gone in the stomach, in the lungs, anywhere. It could be anywhere because it's cancer. So they did my scan, and before going to scan, before a night, I was listening to Surat Rahman, and I really want to tell everybody it's a miracle. My doctors told me I have to go through 6 cycles of chemotherapy because my cancer was in my lymph nodes and press in my breast. And I start listening to Surah Rahman, and I used to listen about 3 times a day. And with the grace of Allah, I just had 4 sessions. And after 4 sessions, they say we are happy with the progress, with the blood reports, with the scan, and now we can stop the chemotherapy. And it's all because of Surat Rahman.
Alhamdulillah.
It was very, very helpful. And if you are in any kind of mental health, any physical, you have any physical conditions, health conditions, do listen to Surat Rahman. Even if it's only once a day, it's really, really helpful. And you will feel the difference. It's not only the medicines you need. Being a Muslim, we all believe it's our religion got some ayat, some surahs to help us recover.
Did you get any sort of Islamic support, like from a imam or from a alima or anything like that when you were?
No.
Okay, and did you feel like the doctors and nurses did a good job? Like, did you feel supported by them?
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
I always say, I don't know why for others maybe NHS is not doing well. For me, they did really, really well.
Alhamdulillah, that's really nice to hear. What would you say has changed about you since having cancer?
First, I was very careless person in regards to my health, in regards to my mental health. I let people do whatever they want to do with me. I don't have any boundaries. I'm just, my lifestyle was very rough. Late night sleeps, junk food. But now I'm completely a changed person, whether it's my mental health, whether it's my physical health. I'm more careful. I set boundaries for my mental health, and for my physical health, I try not to, yes, I do eat. I'm not going to say I don't, but yes, I try not to eat from more of the junk food. I prefer home cooked food. I drink loads of water. I just left fizzy drink. It's a poison for you.
Oh, you left fizzy drink. Yeah.
I left it.
Yeah.
It's a poison to your body.
Yeah.
And fried food, especially. Whenever you fry, you just eating poison. It's not, because I don't know how many times a restaurant or takeaway warm up the oil.
Yes,
the
that's
more
true.
time they warm up, the more poisonous it become. I am very sorry with all takeaways and restaurants, but this is for our health.
Yes.
This is important to us.
So obviously, when you go to a place to eat, you're making your own choice.
Yeah, of course.
So if you want to have oily food, then you're making that choice.
Yeah, of course. But stay away from these things. It's really dangerous for your health.
So you're doing more eating healthy, exercise and self-care.
Gym. I'm more focusing on myself.
Yeah, I think a lot of people who go through...
I think self-love, cancer teach me how to love your own self.
Yes, yeah.
Rather than just loving other people.
Yes, that's really nice.
I
put
read
it that way.
somewhere it says, love yourself like you love others. And
I
I
love
think
that. Yeah,
that makes sense.
and I always say be kind to yourself.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because I learned that along my journey as well. Being kind to yourself goes a long way.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And is there anything you'd say to someone who has breast cancer? They're going through it, treatment, or maybe they're recovering. Is there anything you'd advise them?
When you have cancer, first thing first, it's from Allah. It's a test. Don't get distracted. Look after yourself. Eat healthy. Make your lifestyle better than before. But I would say to the other people around us, be kind to the people who have cancer. They're already fighting a huge battle. We don't need your unkind words. We don't need your unkind attitude. We don't need your harsh words. Some people say, when I had cancer, some people say, oh, Allah showed her. It wasn't Allah showed me. It was test from Allah. That strengthened my iman. Then I become more closer to my deen. I know it was a test, and it's just wash away my sins. I know what life is now. Before that, I was a person when I was just I don't care what's happening in my life. But now I'm more considering things than before. So some people get so harsh with you when they know or you are at your lowest point. Don't do this to it. Could happen to you. It's not just us. You are human too. You can be a victim of cancer too. Because I go through so many hate, so many unwanted comments. Some people ask me, oh, did they cut your breast? And even they're looking at me, and I was laughing. Like, this is really unkind question to ask to anybody. Even if they cut, that's my body. That's got nothing to do with you. It's my, that's got nothing to do with anybody actually. If they cut it, obviously it's for my own benefit. Because they don't want the poison spread in the other parts of the body. So yeah, other people needs to more careful, more kind, more considerate with us than ourselves.
Be more mindful when you're dealing with someone who has gone through something.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Don't ask these inappropriate questions.
Yeah,
basically.
of course.
These can sometimes kind of come across as not kind.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Obviously, someone like yourself, myself, we've gone through a situation or a circumstance, and sometimes we don't want to discuss certain things, and it's not kind as well when you're asking these questions. So just be mindful when you're dealing with someone who's recovered from, for instance, cancer.
Yeah, the people ask me so many stupid questions. I don't even mention, but they were really unkind. They make me think, oh, why Allah gave me cancer? When some people come and ask me, oh, are you gonna if you survive, are you gonna be the normal person, or you gonna be you're gonna be categorized as disabled? So
that's actually not a nice question at all. It sounds like a child has asked that question, even though a child has not.
yeah,
But you know what I mean? Like, for me, that is inappropriate.
yeah. So many people survive cancer.
Yes.
It's very normal nowadays.
I would say if you have these questions, Google it, because Google tells you everything.
Yeah, of course.
And
don't hurt anybody. Just Google it.
Just Google it and leave the person alone.
No, of course. 100%.
Let them just instead maybe ask them, how can I help you? You know, that's more supportive.
Yeah.
Try to be more supportive for someone who is going through something. So if you're dealing with Aisha, for instance, who has had cancer and she's recovering, instead of saying these questions which are inappropriate, in my opinion, say things like, how can I support you? How can I help you? Do you need help with something?
No, there was,
and that'll go a long way.
It's not all about the people who hurt me. There were some people who support me throughout my journey. They were there for me. I know who to ring. It's not all about the unkind person.
People do say that when you're going through a tough time, then you see who's there for you.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
so
course,
alhamdulillah,
100%.
alhamdulillah, your eyes open and you realize, okay, these are the people for me.
I had about 60, 70 friends.
MashaAllah.
And now I had only 7 or 8 friends.
Oh, bless you.
So I know who were real.
And I feel like, especially myself, I've learned that prioritize your time.
Of course.
With whichever people you're going to spend your time with,
Of course.
put your time in them. Don't try to spread yourself everywhere, because it's really hard to give everyone your energy.
Yeah.
And if you're not receiving the same energy back, it can be very tiring. So especially when you've recovered from something, it's nice to put your time in the people that are closest to you and the people that are giving you the best energy and are supporting you.
And there was one other thing. People used to come and ask me, oh, you're a single parent. How are you going to survive financially? Nobody helped me. Like they never even offer some help. But they do ask me question, how are you going to survive financially? How you're not going to work during this time. So Allah is provider. He's there for, if he test you or if he give you any hardship, he said, I am with you. Don't be sad, I am with you. So don't ask people about who gonna provide. If you ask, you're embarrassing your own self. You're not doing anything wrong with me, you're doing wrong with yourself. Because I am thinking another way, you're not going to provide me with anything anyway. So I don't need this kind of questions as well.
These are, they're called 2p comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are not needed at all.
No, not at all.
And instead, try to turn it into positive and offer support. How can I help you?
Yeah.
We don't need any of these questions or comments, but instead say, how can I help you? And then may you be rewarded for helping, if you do end up helping as well.
True.
Is there any sort of groups or initiatives that you have joined to help people who are facing cancer?
Well, I am with Macmillan.
Okay.
I'm registered with them properly, and I'm raising funds for Macmillan. Obviously, they are supporting families, patients, treatments, and I would like everyone to support my cause, because we are supporting Asian families who are going through cancer. You need help financially, emotionally, obviously. So with your treatment, with daily expenses. So there's my page on Instagram. You can follow it, designed by her. And we do collect charity for Macmillan, and we do support them.
How do you collect money for Macmillan? Is it like a run? Is it a walk? Is it selling some goods?
We do stalls at different events.
And the money goes to charity?
Yeah.
To Macmillan?
Yeah. And all the proceedings always goes to Macmillan to support them.
So 100%.
100% charity, yeah.
MashaAllah, that's amazing. I know you have an Instagram page which is Designed by Her 2023.
Yeah.
Is that when you started 2023?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just started my chemotherapy. I was well scared of it because my dad gone through chemo, and after 1 month he died. So, the fear was very real. So I started it, and it was very basic level. Sometimes I get orders, sometimes I don't. But it was the thing that was just distracting my head from the whole thing. And mashallah, it's growing every day now. And I thank God I started it, because I met new people. I'm always up to something, and it's like a continuous journey for me.
So with this Designed by Her page, you're doing personalized gifts.
I do personalized chocolates, wedding flavors, labels. I do invites. I do cards, invitation cards. birthday cards. And
It sounds really good. I will mention it again shortly. And you, as well as that, you also have a job on the side.
Yeah, I do help with my sister. She's accountant, and I do help with her.
So you're busy.
I
doing
just
two
keep
things.
myself busy.
Alhamdulillah.
Busy.
So you've got this designed by her. You've got a job as well.
Yeah.
You're looking after your son as a single parent.
Yeah.
And you're also recovering.
Yeah.
How are you managing this all in Ramadan?
Oh, it's hard. I think I need holiday after that. It's hard. I just give I make a to-do list in the morning, what I need to do, which is more important and which is like less likely important, and then I do things like that.
Is there anything that you're doing now, any future plans that you have to do with raising awareness of cancer, or just generally any future goals?
I want to I recently started my own charity. It's helping especially back home, because here we get treatment, here we get care, mental health support, but back home, if you have cancer or any health condition, you don't have help. You have to spend loads and loads money for just treatment.
When you say back home, do you mean
I'm from Pakistan. So I have my own charity now, and I'm working for it. It's not long ago I started, it's recently, so I'm working on it as well.
And what are you aiming to do with this charity?
I'm aiming to do with with patients, obviously, because when in Pakistan scenario is completely different. Here you will get support from government, here you get support from friends, you have savings, you got work. But here in Pakistan, it's hard to survive. Treatment needs loads of money. Obviously, your health needs, then after treatment, you need your food, transport to the hospital and stuff like that. That needs money. So if somebody is going through some mental health or some physical health issues, we will help them throughout their treatment, throughout their journey.
How are you managing to do that from here in the UK?
I have my family there.
Okay, that's good. So your family,
they're part of the whole thing.
Mashallah, that's really good to see that you've got so many things going on.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're more driven now after having cancer, or do you feel like it's been the same throughout?
No, I think my life is way too different after.
So it's maybe sort of...
It's more productive now.
Yeah.
More, I got more things to look into.
Yeah.
Rather than I'm just spending my energies in negative things. Now I'm spending my energies in more positive ways. I'm doing charities, I'm doing my work, I am concentrating on my business. So I think it's a more productive life than before.
How did you know when you had cancer and then you recovered? How did you find it? Because I assume you had to take some time off.
Yeah.
Then how did you find it going back into everything, doing everything, because you're doing so much?
When I was in my treatment, I really want to get back to the life. I started one job in last March, my security job, and I was very happy because at that time I was getting back to life, and it was a very important phase of my life because I was not doing anything. I was not facing the world. I was not maybe I was not ready to face the world at that time, but I did. But I'm happy I did it, and because at that time I had no hairs, my skin was like very baby skin.
Did it take a long time for your hair to come back, by the way?
Yeah, it takes about a year.
A year?
A year.
Wow.
To come back, my hair and my skin to be look normal.
Mashallah, you do look really good. I did say when you came into the studio, you look lovely, mashallah.
Thank you so much.
If you want to follow Aisha, it's designed by her 2023, or myself is mind_off_mum, MUM. Is there any last words you want to say to someone? Some encouraging words you want to say to someone about surviving cancer?
All the women listening to me, life is just for once, and live it to the fullest.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.